We have a new year coming up, 2025. What are your goals? What are your plans? I'm assuming if you're here, you're looking to possibly start your online business. And what I want to do is kind of outline a few steps that you must take in order to create your online business. Um, and what I want to do is realistically outline exactly what you want to do so you know what to expect, right? And if you see me looking over here, I just have my notes over here. So that's why. um but what's really cool is when you set up your business as such a way, it's number one going to free you of your time. So if you are someone that's working a full-time job, you know, whatever, you have kids, you work a job, you have other responsibilities, and you don't have the 8 hours a day that you think might be required to start an online business. I'm here to tell you that you don't need that amount of time. And in fact, you only need about an hour or two a day. We do recommend 2 hours a day, simply because, especially at first, when you do something new, it's going to take time to learn, right? So it's going to take that much more time. But I promise you, once you have these steps down, you can have your business running on autopilot 24/7, even though you don't have to work 24/7. When you have a job, you work your 8 hours. If you don't go to work, you're not going to get paid, right? So the steps I'm going to outline are ways that you can get paid even if you're not actively working at the time. And let me just share with you, and we'll get in more of this, but social media is so incredibly powerful. I created a YouTube video 4 years ago, and I was able to make a $900 sale within the last month from a video I did 4 years ago. The power of social media is crazy. The hardest part of this whole thing, and I struggle with it too, is just showing up and being consistent. Showing up and being consistent will always trump you being perfect, you creating the perfect content, you just, yeah. Consistency is everything in your business. Showing up is everything in your business. And if you can take the time to learn a skill set and be coachable, follow a step-by-step process, your business will be profitable. And so, first and foremost, my name is Kim, 52 years old. As you can see, this video is not perfect, right? Look at my background. It's definitely not perfect, but it doesn't matter because, again, showing up is 90% of what you have to do. Anyway, I got 3 kids in college, 5 kids total, 2 step-kids. They're adults, my 2 step-kids. So yeah, right now I'm at a weird time because it's like, oh my gosh, I'm 52 years old. I need to really think about realistically retirement, right? How do you think about retiring when you're trying to help the kids out with college, when you're trying to, you know, live your life, right? I had no choice but to start a business in the beginning of this year because I was worried that if I didn't do something, I would have to work a job for the next 20, 25 years, which, yeah, my brain, my brain's going now. So, oh, I can't even imagine what my brain's going to be like in even 10 years, let alone 20. But, my thing now is because I'm getting older, my thing now is I want to spend as much time with my kids and just be there for them. And I've been lucky in that I've been able to be with my kids and really help them when they needed it, except for this past year or two, because they started or they went off to school far. One's 5 hours away, the other one's 10 hours away. And because of my job, I I haven't been able to see them as much as I want to, right? And it makes it hard, so that's my motivation is just I just want to spend time with my family. When we're all together, we have the best time ever. Like it's amazing. And I just want to do more of that. And, take vacations and just experience life with them. But anyway, go off on a tangent. So how do we make this work? How do we tie everything together? What do you need to get started? What I can assure you is it doesn't matter what you know or don't know about online marketing, you can be profitable and you can be successful starting as a beginner with no audience. That's how we all start. The most important thing that you need is the proper training, and you also have to sell the right product so that we can ensure that you be profitable. So, first and foremost, the number one thing that you have to commit to, which I already touched on, is you have to accept the fact that you need to learn a new skill. Now, for me at the age of 52 years old, the last thing I wanted to do, and even at 42, was go back to school, right? So, in order 10 years ago, 20 years ago, if you wanted to make more income in your job, chances are the only way to do that would be to go to school, get additional education. That wasn't for me because I wanted something that I can control and something that I can, well, yeah, I mean, something that I can control. I hate the fact that in a job, while I'm actually pretty lucky in my job, I'm not going to lie. I just don't want to do it the rest of my life. But there's one thing I cannot do is dictate my hours and dictate the amount of pay that I get. And that was something important to me, was being in control of my income, being able to create the income that I want to make, right? And let me tell you, I think when you define passive income, having an online business, one of the best examples of having a passive income is when I was at my job and about to go into a meeting. I checked my phone because I had a couple of minutes to kill, and I had made a $900 sale at work while I was doing work stuff. And again, that's the power of when you have things set up in a way where you create your content, which I'll get into in a second. But if you have your, how do you call it, like an automated system going in the background, then working for you 24/7, so you don't have to. So for example, I'm doing this live stream now. It's me. I'm really live for like right now. But because I have videos out there on social media, people are watching my videos and people are going through my system right now as we speak. But the cool thing is, I don't have to pick up the phone and talk to the people. I don't have to cold DM and chase people. I don't have to chase my friends and family. And I'll get into how all this works right now, actually. So first, like I said, you have to commute. You have to commit to learning a new skill. And as we get older, and I feel like I'm about to sneeze, so I apologize. Excuse me. And it's harder, right? It's hard to get to learning a new skill as you get older. But if you've ever started a job and you've succeeded in your job, this is no different. Because when you started your job day one, you certainly didn't know everything there is to know about the job. It took you some time, right? But the cool thing is about your job is you were actually doing part of the job as you were learning new things. Having an online business is no different. And I think people seem to discount that a little bit. Like you have to take a little bit of time to understand exactly what you're doing. You have to learn how to, train yourself how to make all this work. And the cool thing is, just like your job, like how you start your job, you don't know anything, and then each day you start to learn a little bit, and then you feel like you're becoming actually productive, right? And you're helping out. And the cool thing is, with that, you're still getting paid. And what's cool about the business is it works the same way. So you learn a skill set, you implement that skill, what you learned, and you might surprise yourself. You might even make a sale within the first week or a couple days or a couple weeks or whatever. So just like a job, you're earning and learning. Your business is no different. The thing that you don't want to do is get stuck, and I've done this 1,000 times, is get stuck in that learning mode where all you're doing is learning and not implementing. Because what happens there is, number one, you're not going to make any money, and two, half of your learning is actually doing what is being taught. Because you might implement something and be like, "Ooh, I don't like how that came out. Let me try this." Or, you know what, that didn't work out so well. So let me try doing something else, right? So committing to learning a new skill set and implementing what you learned right then and there can literally make or break your business. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, obviously be coachable. You want to follow step-by-step instructions. Okay. Number two is, what do you want to sell? And if you don't have anything to sell, totally cool. I got you. But because let's face it, if you want to start your online business, you need two things. Number one, you need customers, right? Obviously, you need customers. Like I'm assuming if you're online wanting to make an income, you're going to have to sell something. It could be coaching, one-on-one coaching, group coaching, product, services, weight loss product, like whatever. You have to sell something. And if you want to succeed in business, you have to have customers, and you have to make more than what you're spending. Now, what I love about what I'm doing specifically is, and this is huge, what businesses fail on is having more expenses than profit. But if you have a business where you have zero expenses, you're never going to run into that issue. You only have to worry about getting customers. And the fact that we can have a business with zero expenses, I'm going to be truthful. I do have monthly expenses, $3 a month for my email address. That's it. So what's 3 times 12, $36 a year. And then I have to pay for my website name, which is like $20. So literally $55 a year, $56 a year is my marketing, is my expenses in my business. We have people in our community that have made 6 figures, almost 7 figures, with the same amount of expenses that I have. And that's what I love, is because, like I said, you open up like a Dunkin' Donuts. Think of the expenses they have. They have rent. I can't even imagine what they have, but rent alone, right? So, wow, went off on a tangent. Oh, well. Let's see. So, yeah, you got to think about what you want to sell. And what you want to do is sell products that help others achieve a goal. So, for example, maybe if you are selling a weight loss product, you want to help people lose weight, then maybe you want to sell a weight loss product. And you want to sell a product, obviously, that you believe in, and then obviously one that actually helps. And if you select a product that actually helps you, and you have your story around the product, and you share that story, that's going to make or break your business right there. And Yeah, I'll actually get more into that. Um, so yeah. Okay, so I kind of touched on this a little bit, but um marketing. Marketing is going to make or break any business, right? So because we pay zero for marketing, what do we use for marketing? We use social media. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest. I think that's all of them. Um, and what's so cool is once you start to create content around the product that you're selling, the social media platform that you decide you want to promote on, once they get an idea of the content you're creating, they're going to push your content in front of your ideal customer. So, for example, there are people watching the live stream, there are people that are going to watch the replay, there are people that are just watching other videos on my channel. And it's because YouTube put my video in front of you. I didn't tell YouTube to do it, and I don't pay YouTube to do it. And this is huge. And what I love is, you know how if you go to a website, like for example, I just went to Expedia.com because flying my daughter home from college around the holidays. So and then you know what they do? Okay, so I didn't buy tickets. I was just checking stuff out. But then when I go to Facebook on my phone, what do I see? An Expedia ad. YouTube works the same way. And okay, let me just take a step back. So when I go to my phone, go to Facebook, I see an Expedia ad, which blows my mind because I went on Expedia on my computer, but then Expedia shows up on my phone. So that totally blows my mind. But so now I'm going to start to get Expedia ads. They're just going to keep throwing in my face in hopes that I would eventually buy. Well, what's cool is YouTube, TikTok, all the social media platforms work the same way. So once you see one of my videos, all of a sudden, maybe not every time you log into YouTube, but most times when you go on YouTube, you're going to see one of my videos. Because YouTube is like, well, if they saw one, then they might be interested in another. And they're going to keep showing you my videos until you just flat out stop watching them. But that's the power, because it's like, if you see one of my videos and then you don't do anything, YouTube's going to keep pushing my videos out to you, which I think is so cool. And again, this is for free. So what I love is you can get started without an audience. This is how social media helps you build an audience when you have none, right? And not everyone that watches your content, watches your videos are going to subscribe or follow you, right? But some will. And what I love specifically about YouTube is once you create a YouTube video, it stays out there. Meaning I have, like I said, videos from 4 years ago that I just got a sale from, but those videos keep getting pushed out to people 4 years later. That just blows my mind. Now, the great thing is maybe YouTube is not your thing. Maybe you don't want to create long form content. Maybe shorter content is your thing. And it doesn't matter what social media platform you decide to choose, they all work. The key is you have to get the right training on what works on each platform. Now, what a lot of people do is for example, you get started with a business, you know what you want to promote, but you don't know how to attract customers to you. So you buy a course. So courses now are anywhere from, they used to be like $300. Now they're all the way up to $500. So you buy a course on YouTube, $500. You go through the course. Number one, when you buy a course, chances are there's no one to ask questions to. The course creator is nowhere to be found. They just sold you a course and you're just left on your own to figure all this stuff out. So if you have a question about the course, there's no one to ask questions to. So maybe you do a couple of YouTube videos and then you're like, I don't know. YouTube's just not my thing, just not feeling it, which happens. I did that on Instagram. I tried Instagram for a couple of weeks and I'm like, just not feeling this. It just doesn't feel like me. Right. So what happens is if you decide to switch platforms, then you have to go out and buy another course. So say you want to switch to TikTok. So then you have to spend another $500 on TikTok. Learn how to use that. You buy the course. And again, the same thing happens. You have a question, you have no one to ask to. You have no one to ask your question to because the course creator isn't around to ask questions to. And yeah, so and to take it a step further, most of the courses out there, they teach you how to use the platform, but they don't teach you how to sell on it. They might teach you how to get views, get views and subscribers. But just because you get views and subscribers doesn't mean you're going to get sales. That's a completely different animal. So now you got to buy another course on how to convert viewers and strangers into actual sales, into actual profit. And one thing that I actually just thought about was when you're selecting a product to sell, you have to think of your time and the commission structure that you're getting. So for example, say you're selling a lip gloss for $20. Maybe you make, I don't know, $7 from it. We'll just say you make 30% commission. If you're selling a lip gloss, and only getting 30% commission, is that worth your time that you're only getting, what did I say, $7? Yeah, $7. So if you want to make $100, you have to sell 14 of these just to make $100. 14. Now, what if there was a way that you can earn 100% commission from the products that you sell? Something else I learned, and if you're looking at this channel, this YouTube channel, I have like 16,000 subs. I actually created this channel around the pandemic. This channel used to be all about unemployment and how to get paid your unemployment during the pandemic, because maybe you know, or maybe you don't know, but during the pandemic, people got laid off and the states were paying them because they couldn't keep up with what was going on. So I created a channel on how to, if you're on unemployment, number one, educate about the rules. If this was your situation, that this is what you had to do to get paid, whatever. I was helping people get paid. Well, because it was such a trending topic is the reason why my channel grew so quickly. And if I would have started this channel when the pandemic first started, it really would have taken off, but better late than never. So when you choose a product, what you want to do is choose a product that is trending because people are already talking about it. They're already talking about it. And, some things that are always trending are weight loss, finance, like make money online. What else? Relationships, I think. And I forget. I think there's another one, but whatever. Anyway, you get the idea. And, if you were to sell this lip gloss, it's going to be a harder sell online because I could just go to the store and order it from the drugstore, or walk in, buy it from the grocery store and walk out with it. So picking a product definitely matters. And what I prefer is a product that you don't have to ship and one that you can promote to the entire world. Now, I used to be in a network marketing company and I was able to build a team of 25,000 customers, which is great. But I limited myself because the company I was in was only open in 10 states in the United States. So I can only do business in 10 of the 50 states. So trust me, I had people reaching out to me from the other states wanting to join my business, but I couldn't. It didn't make sense for them because we didn't service their state. Now, can you imagine how many customers I would have had, excuse me, if I was able to sell in all 50 states, let alone the entire world? It's crazy to me. It's just absolutely mind-blowing. So anyway, this is what I love about live, because I could just go off on tangents and hopefully it all makes sense. But it makes going off on tangents a little bit less, it makes the script a little less strict. But I'm looking at my notes. I don't even know where I was. But hopefully this makes sense. Obviously, if you have any questions, please put them in the comments of the live stream. If you're watching the replay, if you could just write replay and where you're watching from. I just think that's totally cool because it's so cool that we can, from our houses, right? We can just get on social media and connect with people all over the world. And that's what makes the whole world our customer. And I just think that's the coolest thing. So you have two goals with your social media. You want to think of your social media as your home front, your storefront. And two goals. Number one is you want to connect with your perfect customer because, again, social media platforms are going to push your content to your potential perfect customer. And then two, you want to convert those strangers, those perfect customers, into actual buyers so you can get paid. Now, step number 4 is actually creating content that sells. So you want to create content that actually leaves an impact with someone. When I first got online over 10 years ago with the first company that I was with, I went on Facebook, I got my website link that the company gave me, and I was just blasting that website all over Facebook, thinking that just because I did that, I thought that people would just buy. Boy, was I wrong. People don't buy like that. So, I used to spend, a couple hours just blasting my link all over the place. It didn't work. And it's because I didn't provide value. It's because I came from a position of, my mindset was I have to make a sale. I have to make a sale. I have to make a sale. When you go into that mindset of I have to make a sale, I have to make money, you're not going to make any money. When you create content, you have to create content that actually helps people. You want people to leave watching your video having learned something, getting some sort of value. You know what? Even if I got to figure out how to make these videos funny, because if you can get people to laugh, if you can get people to forget about their busy life for just 5 minutes and get them to laugh, trigger an emotion, if you can impact them in any sort of way, the chances of them becoming buyers goes up a lot higher. So you have to remember, when you create content, you're creating content not for you, but it's for your potential customer. So we have this weight loss example, right? So instead of getting your, say you're promoting a weight loss protein shake. So instead of promoting your link that sells your protein shake, what you want to do is create content, like I said, that actually helps people. How do we do that? Create a video, whether it's on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, doesn't matter. Create content that, so, you want to help people lose weight. So create a video. Here are 5 ways that you can lose weight if you're over 50 years old. Or here are 5 things I did to lose 25 pounds as a 55-year-old. And then what you do is you create that video. You're going through the 5 steps that helped you lose weight. Maybe it was, I drank a bunch of water. I drank whatever it is, 8 glasses a day or whatever you're supposed to drink. Maybe, every day at 2:00 you had an apple. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. You did your 10,000 steps a day. Number 4 could be whatever. You actually create content that people are like, oh, well, if that worked for her, then maybe I need to try it. Maybe it'll work for me. And the best part is people can get nuggets. People can get true value without them having to buy from you. And the reason why this is so important, because if they look at your content and they're like, wow, I'm getting this content for free, what do I get when I actually pay? It's just, creating content is just what you need to be doing. Let's see. So your business is about serving other people. You have to be a servant of other people by providing solutions to their problem, right? Like I said, with the whole weight loss thing. And what you can do is, here are the 5 steps that help you lose weight, 1 through 4, da, da, da. And then number 5, what you can say is, during my weight loss journey, I struggled with sugar cravings and being hungry all the time and wanting to eat all the time. That totally sounds like me, by the way. But what I did was I drank this. Once I started drinking this every single day, and you're pointing to your protein shake, all that was gone. And not only did it curb my appetite, but it gave me the energy to, start walking 2 miles a day or running a half mile or lift weights or whatever. So what I'm doing is I'm promoting the product, but it's more of like a subtle way, right? And like I said, once you give people value and then they're still listening, then you have permission to start selling. No like hard selling or anything, but just kind of like, hey, putting it out here. This is what worked for me. And then along with that, step number 5 is you want to do a call to action. You want to tell the user what to do next after they're done watching your content, because people are busy and you need to tell people what the next steps are. And chances are, if people like your content, they're liking what you're saying, and they don't do, if you don't tell them what to do, chances are they're not going to do anything. They're just going to leave your video and go on their busy life. Just because, there's so much going on in life, right? So that's why it's so important to tell the viewer what you want them to do next. Whether it is, hey, if you want to learn how you can start brand new your own online business, promoting a done-for-you digital product, working less than 2 hours a day, you're going to learn the skills to earn up to $900 a day. Click on the link below this video, and I'll send you the free information. So like that's a call to action. And that's a real one, by the way. So if that resonated with you, feel free to click on the link below this video. Um, you know, or you can say something like, hey, I created a 10-step checklist on what helped me to lose 10 pounds in the last month, or I have a free PDF or whatever. And what you want to do, like I said, not only do you want to tell the user what to do, but you want to offer them something in return for their email address. So for example, and you could do this right now, click on the link below in the description. And what that's going to do, it's going to take you to a page. And I truly want you to do this. Even if you have no desire to work with me or whatever, that's totally cool. I just want you to see what the system looks like that's running 24/7. If you click on that link, you're going to see a page, and it's going to say, if you want the free 10K PDF or something like that, I can't remember what it says, put in your email address and you'll get it sent to your email. So this is the automated system that you need to have in place, because it's going to do a couple of things. Number one, when someone puts in their email address, it goes into an email automation system. And why that's important is people have a lot going on, and people are going to forget that they even watched your video. But if you can get their email address, you can follow up with those people, every day, every couple days. Now, what we used to have to do years ago is follow up with people by picking up the phone or by DMing people. I remember when I was marketing on LinkedIn, I would connect with like 5 people every single day. And then the next day I'd have to connect with 5 new people and then follow up with like another 10 people. And then it just got to the point that I was having to follow up with like 50 people. And when you're working full time and you have kids, and there's no way in heck you can follow up with people one-on-one. So having the system in place is a place where you set up your system once, people enter in their email address. 2 things happen. Number one, you're storing their email so you can follow up with them, send them more information, right, about what you're selling. And then number 2, what is happening is they're going through your system and they're getting educated on exactly what you're selling. So for example, if you put your email address in the page that in the link below in the description, you're going to start watching a video that's going to give you more information about the program that I'm involved in, about the digital products, digital programs that I'm promoting, and how you can get started in your own online business, earning 100% profit, earning anywhere from $100 all the way up to $900. We're going to teach you the skills on how to promote, how to find your perfect customer in all the platforms. So you don't have to buy individual courses depending on the platform that you want to promote on, which is huge, absolutely huge. You're going to have access to not only me, but also 6 and 7 figure mentors that you will have the ability to ask questions to, which I think is amazing. What stops people from having success is, number one, choosing the wrong product. Number 2, not getting the right training on how to market on social media. But number 3, what fails them is people not being there to support them. I cannot tell you how many times I just needed someone to answer one simple question. And it can literally make or break your business. Because I've been that way, and it irks me so much when, people are like, "Oh, get started in my business, join me, whatever." And then the people join them and then they're ghosted. The person is nowhere to be found. That bugs me to no end. So I do weekly coaching. The community does weekly coaching, and I'm here for you. I'm here to help you because while this stuff isn't hard, it's pretty easy, but it's just a hard thing to get started because, we're used to doing a job and getting paid. Well, with having your business, you have to get used to the fact that you're not getting paid right away. And it's hard. And then when you're doing that, you're like, oh, I'm just wasting my time. I'm missing, time with my family. And, you start to lose confidence. And what I love is you don't have to sacrifice time with your family. Yeah, I mean, you will a little bit, right? Because obviously you have to put some time into this. But what I try to do is put time into my business around my working hours. So I typically work like 8 to 4. So I will work before I start working at 8 o'clock. I will work at during my lunch break because I don't hang out with my coworkers anymore at lunch because I'd rather work my business. So then by the time I get home, I only really have to do like an hour of work, like maybe do a live stream, and then that's it. Oh yeah, speaking of live streams, you don't have to do live streams. That's just what I prefer to do. I started to do live streams when I had the unemployment channel, and it really, really helped people. So I actually like it. Now, obviously, I haven't done them forever, and the channel's just, still growing. Um, so obviously, my engagement on here isn't anything, obviously. But you know what? But that's the thing; it grows. You're not going to see much at first, but it builds off momentum. And if you can commit to your business for every day for 90 days, your business will never be the same. When I was promoting a product years ago, I was in a really bad situation, a really bad financial situation. And, it was to the point that you're so depressed that you're just frozen, right? Which is the worst, absolutely worst. And I forced myself. I said, you know what? For my marketing, I'm going to give myself permission to forget about everything that's going on. And in my mind, it helped me to like pretend like I was someone else. Like, I know that sounds so weird, but like when you're in that state of mind, you just can't think. You can't think, you can't whatever. Anyway, so I started to create content. Had a blog, I had a website, I had a blog at the time. So what I did was I committed for 90 days. So I created a blog post every day for 90 days. And what happened was, the first month really didn't get much traction. I started to get people interested in asking what I was up to. But by day 90, I was literally having a sale every single day. And once you can get your mindset to the point that, like, you know what? I'm going to have to accept the fact that I may not get a sale for a week, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months. But I can promise you, if you stick with it, the sales will just start rolling in. If you're coachable and follow the process. So yeah, happy Saturday. So yeah, if you're interested in working together, make sure you click on the link below this video and have a great weekend. Thanks for watching.